Typically made with pork belly, I'm making these Goa sausages out of beef instead. This meat will be partially dehydrated, fan, and sun-dried. Red Kashmiri chilies and spices make a delicious marinade for this meat. It's then hand-stuffed into sheep casings and smoked before storing. Hi everyone, welcome back to Cravings Food Adventures. I'm Karen Ahmed. Today I'm going to be checking off a recipe off my bucket list. We're going to be making Goa sausage or Choriz. This sausage is typically made with pork, but I'm going to be making it with beef. This is super delicious and really easy to make. It just needs a few steps and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Before I go any further with this recipe, do make sure you subscribe to my channel and make sure to ring that bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. Now, let's get cooking. To start with, I've cut brisket into small pieces. This is 6 kilos and that's roughly 13.22 pounds. I'm going to add 1.5 teaspoons of turmeric, a half cup of vinegar, and salt to taste. Turmeric and vinegar is going to act as an antiseptic. Mix this in really well. I've chosen brisket as it's very fatty and I've chopped up the fat as well. The only thing that I'm not using is the silver skin. This was carefully removed. You can use the exact same recipe for pork belly. For the first 8 to 10 hours, I will place the meat over colander in some Tupperware and I'm going to place a weight over it. For beef, overnight is plenty, but for pork, you may want to keep that weight on longer. I will close this and refrigerate this. Now let's talk about the masala or the marinade. Every family has their own version. I like to use my regular Vindaloo masala and this way I can use it for other things as well. For this quantity, I'm going to soak 40 Kashmiri chilies overnight. These will make the skins plump and juicy. I reserved some of the seeds. We will be using these later. I will also be adding these spices. 2 inches of cinnamon, 12 cloves, 2 teaspoons of cumin seeds, a half teaspoon of black mustard seeds, and 20 peppercorns. In my food processor, I'm going to add a half cup of garlic and all of the whole spices. Next, I'm going to add a half cup of vinegar. I'm using Goa vinegar, but you can also use malt vinegar or red wine vinegar. I'm going to grind this up just a little bit. And I'm going to add some of the water that the chilies were soaking in. Now I'm going to add in some of the soaked chilies. Grind. Add more water, add chilies, and grind again till smooth. Stir this, add salt to taste, and grind again. You can add a bit more turmeric if you wish. I already added this to the meat, so I'm leaving it out. Once this is fairly smooth, I'm going to remove it and bottle it. After 8 to 10 hours in the fridge, I will remove the meat pieces and place them on some kitchen towel. Depending on the weather, I will fan dry or sun dry or use a combination of both for 20 to 24 hours. In between, I will also replace the kitchen towel to absorb all of the moisture. Once the beef feels semi-dry, I'm going to add 6 tablespoons of Vindaloo masala and I'm just going to mix it in. Add 4 tablespoons of Vindaloo masala and I'm going to mix this in well. Leave this open for about an hour or so and then I'm going to transfer it to a bowl. Add 2 more tablespoons of Vindaloo masala. This batch now weighs considerably less after it's lost a lot of its water weight. For aesthetic purposes only, I'm going to add some of the chili seeds to the meat. These make the sausages look really appealing. I'm just going to add about a tablespoon. And I'm going to mix this in well before covering with some cling film until you're ready for the casings. These are sheep casings, and one length of this, believe it or not, will be enough for this entire batch. If you're using hog casings, these will be a bit wider and will yield much fatter sausages. Soak this in cold water for 1 hour. The casings are preserved with a lot of salt, so you also need to run some water inside to flush out the salt. Because these sausages are hand stuffed, I will cut the lengths to make this easier for me to manage. I have a sausage horn here that came with my KitchenAid, but you can also use a horn that you can find online on Amazon. My KitchenAid comes with a 3/8 and 5/8 size. I use the bigger one, but if you can find a slightly bigger one, you can get slightly larger sausages. Oil the horn to make it easy for the casing to slide on. Tie a knot on one end and start to stuff. When I have my sausage as long as I like, I will twist this to separate the links. You can also use kitchen twine to tie the sausages if it's too slippery to tie a knot. Once done, these are ready for the smoker. I've added sausages to a perforated tray, and this is going to sit on top of a brick so it doesn't get too hot. The smoker has a combination of hickory, coal, and wood. Hickory is never used in Goa, but it does give the sausages a very authentic aroma and flavor. If you don't have a smoker, I am well aware that most people will not. You can smoke this over a coal barbecue or a bonfire, or leave it out to sun dry. The smoking of the sausage dries it out and it gives it that real authentic flavor. When ready, remove it, allow it to cool, and I like to bag these or vacuum seal them. Take a close look and you will see the seeds as the casing is translucent. These sausages are great cooked in a chili fry, choriz pav, a pulao, and a multitude of other dishes. Enjoy! Thank you so much for joining me on Cravings and Adventures. I hope you enjoyed this delicious recipe for Goa sausage or choriz. It is such an exciting recipe. You're going to make it over and over again. If you love this video, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment below, and don't forget to make sure that you're subscribed to my channel as well as that you've rung the bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. And if you love my recipes, share them with your family and friends so they can enjoy them as well. Until I see you next time, do take care. Happy eating. Bye.